Life on Paper. I am Briana, and thank you so much for joining me. I am so excited about joining Sketch Sunday with a wonderful group of people. They'll all their videos will all be linked below. And every Sunday we do a different sketch, and this one is an exclusive, and it's by the group's own Crystal Barrett from Pineapple Papers. I'm so excited to be playing along. I went into my stash and I grabbed out some papers. You can see in the sketch, the background is kind of, well, it's kind of a square type, but I thought ledger right away. I went into my Creative Memories paper, and that ledger, let me peek here, is from a paper pack from Creative Memories, and that is called Heart and Soul. And this, I think, is a paper studio. Yep, sure enough. And I had it going both ways. Whoops, let me get this back up here. I had it going back both ways, so I know I can use these. And then it also had some other kind of grid, that's the word I was looking for, grid paper. So I went into my color paper. This is Over the Moon Press. There is no year on here, from EK Success. This is vintage. 2001? I don't know. I'm totally guessing, somewhere around in there. Okay, so that's going to be the grid paper that it's in the strip. And that's going both directions. This is going to be in place kind of a floral paper, so I've got some text paper here. And this pumpkin paper, which I am not sure where it's from, could be from a paper pad. It's going to be the big strip that's coming down. I will show you my photo. It is of, this is, okay, so yes, I am a scrapbooker. Yes, I've been scrapbooking for 23 years. This is the only food picture we have Thanksgiving of 2022. I promise to do a better job this year. At least get 2 photos, right? So, beautiful turkey. Did I say chicken? I hope not. Turkey for Thanksgiving. My husband is the chef. He's the cook. I can't even say I was busy cooking because he did it all. I can't tell you why we don't have pictures. We have a couple people pictures, just not any of the food. So this gets its own page. This will be perfect for this sketch. I also have figured out I have a lot of Paper Studio stickers. So that's what I have here. Just so a couple different Thanksgiving ones. Then I've got these leaves. When I was looking at my stash, I have a lot of dark Thanksgiving paper. I don't know, this felt like a better vibe, so I pulled out the lighter papers. I'll probably use these leaves, as well as, this is from the dollar store, the $1.25 store. They're nice big ones. I like these. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, so those might be used as well. This is washi tape, and it's stitch washi tape. These really look like leaves to me, but it's by 49 and Market, so I've got that to use because I'm not going to stitch on it. It's got those dotted lines. We have some Nicole Jones 911 printables. I had a whole page of these. I can have my Cricut actually cut them out. I can do print and cut. I'm down to these 3, I think, so I'll have to print some more of those. And then from Shad Me, I had put in an order. These were a free gift. And it's a plate. It's a little napkin folded into a turkey and a place card with a leaf on it. So these are going to go on this page because they'll be perfect for that. So let's get scrapping. This was a fun one to do, and I think it came together rather quickly. It was less than a half an hour, which is really good for me. I'm first going to just trim up the papers to get an idea of how it all lays out, and I want to tear that big strip, and then I really kind of just really eye it up on the paper to get it the right size. And then I take the second strip, and then it's a thinner strip, so it's like 1/2 inch, and that gets trimmed down next. I leave that the full length. And then I do the vertical strip of the same paper, and that's about an inch, I think, or inch and a quarter. I generally cut a little bit bigger than I think, because you can always go smaller, obviously, but you can't go bigger and put it together, although I have plenty of that paper I could use more. And then I fold it where I want it trimmed. I could have used my scissors, but I like to be precise usually, so I did use my trimmer to cut the bottom of that. And then I go with the grid design, which for the vertical strip, I trim and then tear, because I just want to make sure, again, to get the width correct. So, and then I did trim the top to give it that angle with the trimmer. And then I'll lay that out to make sure it looks good. And then just give it a little bit of a tear. It doesn't take very much off at all. But you can see that white core in the middle then. And I am mixing, like, the ledger is more of an off-white, and I think there's more of an off-white in the pattern papers, but the grid is white, and it goes totally well with the off-white. So then I get that lined up, and I want to glue it down right away so that, because I'm really notorious for lining things up and then picking it up and it goes all over the place, and you spend all this time lining stuff up and then it's gone and you start all over again. So glue it down right away, and I place the thin strip there, and I'm looking at the photo. My photo is larger than the one Crystal has in the photo, or in the sketch. And so I can't make it any skinnier. I don't want to take anything off the sides of the turkey, but I did take top and bottom off. So it's about a 4-inch by 4.5-inch picture. And it still sits in that little crook pretty good. So I'm happy with the way it sits in there. And then for the second strip, the one that goes along the bottom, it's got that bigger part on there. So I tear it, and then I realize I've teared it with the bigger spot in the wrong spot. And I see, can I do this like upside down, or can I do it backwards? And no, that's not going to work. But I use my brain. I'm like, can I move it over and then piece it together? And I was like, just use the paper that's from forever ago. You have plenty, re-tear it. And that's what I did. And I wasn't very precise. I just gave it a tear. And then I trim it up a little bit and make it a little bit skinnier, but it didn't take much to get it to the size I wanted. I do trim off the end. It is a little bit too long, so I give it a couple trims, a little bit at a time, making sure I'm not taking too much off at one time, because again, you can make it smaller, but you can't make it bigger, although us scrapbookers are pretty good at putting things back together again, so I always have that in my back pocket too. So just taking a little bit more off with the tearing and a little bit length off with the trimmer. But I'm pretty pleased how this came out. I like the color combinations. You know, it's a lot of the different shades of orange, honestly. When I bring those leaves in, you'll see there's darker oranges and there's some lighter oranges. So this page makes me pretty happy to be documenting a turkey for Thanksgiving. So next I'm going to get this piece glued down. And I know I want those little, the wood pieces up there. And then I lay these dollar store sticker downs, and I really like the way it looks. I don't put it together again the same way. The final layout will not look like that. I haven't changed it. But the wood veneer sitting up there, it kind of makes me think of the dots that Crystal used, and maybe, you know, I was thinking like enamel dots, but I do come in later with some more enamel dots, and it all looks good together. So now that I'm happy with all that is how it's laid out, I glue the pieces down, and then pretty soon now I remember, because I see my washi tape sitting there, that it needs to go on, so don't go too far. I just glued one side of the turkey because I knew that I'd want to be tucking those tags. Here comes the washi tape. I just eyeball it up and then tear it and stick it down. And it works well for me. And it even tucks under the photo super well. Since I didn't put that much glue in it, it's only on the one side. And then this is that's a 4x4 card or a 3x4 card, as well as that orange, and it's more almost like a corally but orange tag is from like it's a cut apart from like a super old paper pad I had, and it's on craft. But the craft part is really at the bottom of the tag, so you can't tell that at all. And I'm happy to use it on this page because I've had it forever. And then I glue the wood veneer down, and I make sure to the picture's not going anywhere now that I get the tags down. And then I go for the stickers, not so, and I think the reason why I didn't put them up like I had them in originally was because I still wanted to see that it says cranberries and yummy. You can't see a lot of the words by the time I get these papers down. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because it gives it so much nice color. But I think I put them down, the leaves going down, because I wanted to see those last couple words that were left. And if they would have gone up, they would have covered the words. And it all works out. So the washi tape goes down the other side. And then I look at these enamel dots, and the orange are like the only orange enamel dots I have. And I have this, it's like a baby collection by Bella Boulevard. And I end up taking it's coral, but I mean, the leaves are so many different shades of orange, so it all works out. And then I pulled out some kind of golden yellow along with some green, because the pumpkins do have a little bit of green on that paper, on the pattern paper. So pretty soon I'm going to be finishing up. Check out everybody who is playing below. I've enjoyed making this layout. Thank you to Crystal for the sketch, and I'll see you again soon for another video.